This morning, we're going to introduce you to a really special place in South LA. The Whitehall Arts Academy was founded in 2011 to provide accessible, affordable, conservatory-level arts education to the community. And now it is being honored in a huge way. Oh, yeah, the Academy has just been awarded $50,000 as part of the Lewis Prize for Music's 2022 Accelerator Awards. It's an award for organizations who create positive change through youth music programs. And that is something Tanisha Hall, founder of the Whitehall Arts Academy, has been doing now for more than a decade. We knew we just had to talk to this terrific force of life, and here she is, Tanisha Hall. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you as well.
What a nice way to start the new year, with a $50,000 infusion of funds to keep on doing what you do. Tell me about how that felt to find out.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will preface it by saying in 2020, we were supported by the Lewis Prize for Music with their COVID award. And I was sitting right here when I got the email, and it was the first grant I ever applied for. And
Wow.
I don't write grants, you know. And I was like screaming at my mom when my grandmother were here with me. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So the support that they've given me and the encouragement to say, you know, you can write grants, you can do this.
Yeah.
So they really supported me to, you know, apply for this award. And I did, and it's been a process, and they've just held my hand and, you know, worked us through it. And we found out, you know, a month ago, and it was just like to hold this in has been just so much for the past, you know, month, but to finally be able to say we got this amazing honor. And it's just, I started Whitehall Arts Academy 10 years ago with a dream and a prayer, and
look
all
at
we've
you now.
accomplished to be.
And
Yeah,
look at you now,
it's
that's the
awesome.
thing. Look, and I want to brag on Miss Tanisha here for a second. Graduate of the Berklee College of Music, so big deal, right? She also, 15 years in the music industry. She could have gone anywhere, y'all. In fact, people were trying to tell her, you could go anywhere. You could open a school, you could open an academy anywhere and be really profitable. But you said, no, I'm doing it here. I want to serve this community. Why?
Absolutely. You know, people actually were, I had friends say, you're stupid. You should go to the Valley. You should go to the West Side. You can make more money. And I said, there's plenty of me's on the West Side. There's plenty of me's in the Valley. There's none of me here in South LA. And I love this community. My grandparents have lived here since the 50s or 60s. My mother grew up here. And I didn't grow up in Los Angeles, but having come back here to visit, I just have a heart for Leimert Park, you know, the Crenshaw area, and there's no other place that I'd rather, you know, continue the legacy that my parents and my grandparents started here in this community.
Well, you've often referred to that part of your community that you're talking about serving as a desert for this kind of arts education, right? That there's a lack of it. You talk about the Valley and the West Side, et cetera, that there's abundance there. What is it meaning to bring this infusion of creativity and arts and access to great instruction for these gifted students into the community?
You know, when 10 years ago, there was not much going on here. And in the past 10 years, there's been such an infusion of life and so many more organizations that have come here. And it's really exciting now to see we're partnering with our neighbor organizations who all kind of started around the same time. I think we all just had this glint, like, you know what, we need to get in South LA and see what's going on. Of course, with Nipsey and what he's doing down the street on Crenshaw and Slauson, and, you know, his loss was huge in this area. But what I really want to do is work to connect my entertainment industry background with the community and to provide access. Because we all know the majority of the money that's made in jobs here in Los Angeles is in the creative economy.
Yeah.
And our babies here in South LA are not really set up to participate in that
Right.
creative economy.
Right.
So what I wanted to do was create a space, and then, you know, partnering with record labels and publishing companies and organizations like the Lewis Prize for Music to create opportunities for them to be able to go past Pico and get jobs in Hollywood and be like you and, you know, be like me, and to be able to be in their hometown, but to participate in this huge economy that's happening here.
And have the know-how, right? To have the education to fall back on that will give you the smarts to be in the room, to stand toe-to-toe with those decision makers. You want to give those kids
Exactly.
that confidence. You know what that takes.
Exactly. I mean, one of our students won, we got our first Grammy last year with Ant Clemens. I mean, it's super exciting to have met him, you know, 4 years ago, and he came out here with a dream in a backpack. and, just to give him, the knowledge and the skills and the tools necessary to amplify, his dream and his
Yeah.
skills that were there, just to amplify that and help get to the next level. That's what it's all about. We now have our first student that's on a Broadway national touring tour. And it's just like, we have
amazing.
students that are on The Voice and American Idol. One of my students came to me and was, Miss Tanisha, I want to be on The Voice. And I was like, all right, we can do it. But it's going to take a lot of work, but we can do it.
Part.
And she did it. And, she worked hard. And, that's just my desire, is to use my access to give them opportunities and help them to make their dreams come true.
But they got to do the hard work, and that's something you know all about.
Got to do the work.
You know all about that. Is it true that you started messing around on a piano at 1? At age 1, child? You couldn't even reach the stool to sit on.
I couldn't. So my stool was my mom's lap.
Oh.
I can't take credit for that. My mom, she was I was her first child, and she noticed that every time I go to the piano, I would play. I never banged it. And so she sat me on her lap, and my parents are both musicians, and my dad played the trombone in high school. My mom played the piano and sang, and she says, I was her first vocal coach when I was about 6 or 7. I'd be like, oh, no, wait, you got to hit this note. It's not right. You got to do it differently. So, my mom's a minister, so I grew up in church, and that's a huge training ground. And
sure
even right now, I sing at the church across the street from me. It's Shanti Christian Church.
Wonderful.
And I have Whitehall students and staff over there participating and singing and developing their talent, because, that's a weekly opportunity to get up there and be nervous and work out your skills.
Well,
so,
and we got to shout out the fact that this legacy is real talk. I think we have a photo of the building that Whitehall is housed in, because that is a building that's been in your family for decades, starting with your grandparents, which we're seeing a beautiful photo of them at one of your graduations. And I can imagine all of your family is so very proud of you for what you're doing. It's about, remember, you said it to me in the commercial break, go get your success and then pay it forward. And that's what you are doing, Miss Tanisha. You're doing some beautiful things. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention, letting us know. We get to brag on Whitehall Academy. Keep on doing great things, and we hope to see your students go on to thrive for many, many, many years to come.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your morning. You
as well. And by the way, I'm going to do an audible. We'll put more information on how you can find out about Whitehall. Maybe you've got somebody that is gifted and needs a little nudge. Tanisha probably can work with them. We'll put it on our website, foxla.com/links. Good to see you, Tanisha. Wow, incredible. And doing stuff.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Isn't she something?
Yeah, that's
She
amazing.
is really something.
What a wonderful thing to do for the community. Inspired. All right, good morning to you. We've got some pretty great weather on